Hello everybody, this is going to be our last video on the balloon car, um, and probably our last video for TinkerCAD as well. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating the part that's going to hold the tube for the balloon car uh, and aligning everything on it. So with this, what we're going to be doing first is we're going to take this part, that's the balloon car, and we're going to slide it up and away. Let's get it out of the way. Then we're going to go to this small block we created last time. Remember, it's the width is 1 inch. If you didn't do this already, the depth is a ½ inch, and we had set the height at 0.48. Well, we're going to bring this to the point of origin. Remember, the point of origin is right here, 0, 0. So we're going to make the x 0, and we're going to make the y 0. Then, when that's done, we're going to work with the cylinder. All right, the cylinder, let's drag it up a little bit more. We're going to change the dimensions on it first. We're going to get it to the right size. So for the width, we're going to leave it at 1 inch. The depth is going to be 0.38, and then the height is going to be 0.38. All right. Now, when we do this, guys and girls, you're using, as long as your cylinder is facing the same direction as mine, all right, we're using that width as 1 inch, the depth as 3/8, and the height as 3/8, or 0.38. So with that, you want to get that part, make sure it's aligned like that. Because we're also, when we go to line it up, it has to go into this block to create kind of a space for tube that we're going to be using. So once that's done, we're going to next raise the z-axis up. Remember, the z-axis is the distance off the bed. This right here, this 0, is going to be your z-axis. And we're going to take and we're going to change that to 0.19. Right? And you can see that we see a shadow, and now that's raised up. Then we're going to position this. But before we position this into the block, we're going to change this to midpoints. We've used this before. If we go down here to the circle with the 3 lines in it, you'll see it lights up red and it says use midpoints. Then, once again, I'll show you, this is endpoints. It lines up with the corner, the X and the Y axis. We're going to go to use midpoints, and now it's halfway through the center, all right, of each of those. So after we change to midpoints, we're going to move its position, and X is going to be 0.5. And then Y is going to be 0.25. Sorry. Y is going to be 0.25. And there we have that circle positioned in that block. All right. After that's done, we are going to left click, actually click off there. We're going to left click above, hold down, drag across, and release to select both. And then we're going to group the item. All right. So now when we look at it, we've created a hole in the center of that. All right. And that's how it should look. The hole shouldn't be going through the center. It should be raised up a little bit. And you can see how it starts to come around. There is a little opening there. Okay. Now, when that's done, what we're going to do next is we are going to move the position of this to where it's going to line up with our base when it's done. We're going to leave it on midpoints for now. All right, so when I put this on here, it says use endpoints, and we'd change it for the endpoints. We want to leave it on midpoints. And then what we're going to do is we are going to change the X to 2 inches. Now, when we do this, remember, we want this green arrow to light up. So I almost made a mistake and changed the length of this to 2 inches. That would have been bad. What we're going to do is we come down here, and when I put my arrow over the 1/2 inch, you see that green, it lights up in the green arrow. And we're going to now change that to 2. It slides it forward. Then we're going to go to Y. Once again, I put it on this part over here. It says 1/4, and you can see how it lights that red arrow up in our light green area. And we're going to change that to 1. All right, now that's where it's supposed to be in our car. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on the car itself, and then we're going to go back to endpoints. So again, go down to this spot where it says use endpoints. All right, 3 lines, click on that, and now it says use midpoints again, but that changes it, and you'll see it lines up with the endpoints. So now we're going to zero this in, 0, 0 for Y, and this is now placed in the center of the car where it's supposed to be. All right, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to group this object. There, go up and group it like we've done before. And now we have the balloon car finished. All right, that's something that could be 3D printed and we could turn into a balloon car. All right, hope you guys find that pretty interesting and easy, and you can get this part done. All right, and I'm going to post a video on an update about the checkerboards pretty soon. Have a great day, everybody. We'll hopefully see you soon.